Let's see. Is that better? Are we live? I think we're live. I hope. Hopefully everyone can get back in here. No, we're still tanking frames though. Oh, hello. Hi. We're still tanking frames pretty heinously, but let's let this thing get itself sorted out. While you're here, yes. So yeah, you said Valor is pretty bad on a subpilot at the end of before stream dropped. Why do you feel like Valor on a subpilot's pretty bad? That feel like I guess to me it feels inconsequential whether it's on a main pilot or a subpilot. While we're waiting for that. Sorry I'm so quiet. I'm just like staring at the kilobytes and it's like not... I'm like trying to figure out what's going on over here. It's not fluctuated this bad in a while. I think Valor should be on a pilot. You can easily prospect SPSS too. Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, like you need to use I don't remember the name of the singer that gives 20 SP to your assist, but that's like also really slow, or your subpilot that's really slow. Utility, cheap spirits on subs. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that is true. I guess while we're talking about this here, let's minimize this for a second. Let's go back and look at this. I don't know what to do. This frustrates me so much. As like it was working fine until people showed up, and like that can't be the answer. Like that's awful. Okay, hold on. Who has Valor? Okay, is Onisia doing anything else that we need? Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say like maybe it is just like quote utility that we have like a spare Valor here. But we don't have extra damage on Shizumu. Also, is his name really Shizumu? Because SI is not typically a letter combination you'd get out of like katakana or hiragana. Is his name supposed to be Shizumu? Hold on, let's look that up. No? Grid Knight. How do you spell your name? Yeah, it's okay. It is spelled Shizumu. Fascinating. Yeah, I guess because he doesn't have damage. Well, no, he's sorry. He has. No, he's got no damage on him. And because you probably want to be using Drive, we don't have another good way of like getting morale through spirits. Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, for like the setup that we were using. For the setup that we are using, it ends up not mattering because we can just use Neo. But if you're like not trying to go infinite with Unity, then it's not ideal. Okay, yeah, I see the point. Defense Spirit's shuffle on this unit is suboptimal. The offense Spirit shuffle on this unit is suboptimal in my opinion. Yeah. Analyze is probably fine here. Bullseye is probably fine here. Yeah, the fact that the subpilots can't get SP ups and SP regen is rather strange. I like far be it for me to complain about SP being like too pushed in this game. But they are like all of your non-main pilots are really just like not even cut off at the knees, like cut off at the torso, getting access to more SP. That it's exclusively done through level ups, and that is like definitely a bit of a downside. I guess we don't have her here, but the ability to restore 20 to all, I guess, sorry, no, I think it's 30 now. I think we upgraded from 20 to 30 when she maxed out. Is still like 90 across the board for your assist pilots, which is like almost 2 Maris. It just takes a long time to do it. Onisha is the problem child here. Yeah, I mean, like, he even looks like he's like supposed to be kind of hot-blooded. So like he does feel like he codes more like he's supposed to be a main pilot. Yeah. We'll see. I think they will work out really well for our setup, for our purposes, but I could see like globally why they might not feel as good. But also given the time period at which you're getting them, like we're getting them so late into the game that I'm also like less concerned about that because we have so many more tools to like fight around it. And it's not like they don't exist, whereas other characters, we're like, at least with other characters, we like need to find a way to get those things to exist. At least they just already are on them. Yeah, I guess here it's not the best, but it's like certainly by no means the worst. Okay, we're gonna bravery you and I guess flash just for safety. Then we will the second. This is the problem, at least on international games. The last game I know sub-pilots can learn skills are W and OGs. Okay, that's it's been a minute then. It's certainly been a minute because isn't W for the DS? Reliv's support spirits are nice and they are well leveled. Yeah. Actually, speaking of leveled, I can actually look what level they are. Yeah, them joy at level 60 is good. We also need to get them a kill to see what their base bonus is. Yeah, like they have pretty much everything. They have pretty much everything else that I want out of them. But it's just, yeah, it's just in slightly awkward order. But like at this point in the game, because you have access to all of you have so much assist that you can be using. It feels like much less of a big deal to me. Okay. How much can we wreck you? Probably pretty big. We've got some more. Oh, we've got one more with Mujina. That's still enough for us to. What do we want to do? We want to do something. I guess we'll Neo. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I've said this a couple of times that like all of my information is being biased by the fact that we can just keep looping stuff. I guess I never actually asked you NR 151. Like, so how do you relate? How do you relate to Unity then, or like the second then? My frames are dropping again. I don't know why. Okay, well, we're just gonna keep trying to push through. Yes, DS and PS2, but I have not played the Japanese games, so I could miss some games like OG Gaiden, which I heard removed SP Regen and Attacker as generic skills for OGs. I would be okay if we removed Attacker. I think Attacker is too good of a skill. That seems fine to me. Can we crush you? Yes, we can. Great. You already have a bullseye on. Yeah, you do have a bullseye on already. We need a bullseye on because this thing has offshoot. Pierce actually matters. Well, okay, no. Pierce probably doesn't matter in this case because we already have Barrier Buster. That's fine. We also didn't need that visual animated attack animation. I think it is pretty silly that we can just use Zeal and then just like wake back up immediately. Like there's no reason for that. That's at the very least there should be like, oh right, we forgot to analyze these guys. It just doesn't matter. I would at least like there to be some amount of consequences by like having that not be so forgiving. Would you guys like to see in game? Who would you guys like to see in a game? I would like to see the Divine Knights and bring back the Die Buster. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot of characters that would be worth seeing at this point. I really like Star Driver. I know he's in the mobile game, but I would really love to see some Star Driver units. As much as I'm a grump about like fan service, like, and that series is very fan service. I can't get over the designs of them. They're so good. I think the designs of that series are so well made. I Unity loop with 100% SP assist and sometimes with the Zeal assist, but did not spam it since it's not my style. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. So I guess then here's a question for you. What is the difference to you between spamming and looping? Not criticism, just curious what the difference was. I was like talking about this to myself earlier, and like, what does that actually mean? Also, we didn't need to use it. We already have Smash. I would love to see some Mega Digimon. That's fair. I mean, Digimon definitely has a lot of like mecha design to it. I don't think it would necessarily be that out of place. Especially because a lot of modern Digimon have... Oh, we can just, hold on, we can just wish this. Save us a little bit of time. Especially because a lot of, like, modern Digimon also, like, leans really heavily into the digital component. Hey, I was thinking about Digimon too. I mean, I guess it's also probably just on all of our minds because the recent Digimon game just came out. Also, more SD Gundam. I love the Night Gundam from Gundam Breaker 3. It's such a cool character. Hold on. What's that look like? Well, this is attack animation. Let me look it up. Night Gundam. I'm trying to remember if I know this or not. Wasn't there a Night Gundam in one of the Muso games? Is that what I'm thinking of? Oh, yeah. No, I know this little guy. Yeah. I definitely have a model of him from like a gachapon. Like a little, like a blind box gachapon. He speeds up a little bit. We've seen this a couple times today. I imagine once we kill him, we are probably then going to be asked with destroying the orc. Also, oh yeah, I did put that earlier. Here's another like translation. I think this is a translation goof. It looks like the all gold oak is not using an E at the end of its name. It's just a UG, where the one that EA is in has an E at the end of it. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it is definitely something. Great. Yeah, I imagined you probably weren't going to be done yet. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Okay, sure. I mean, it did, I did not one-turn the map. I just used it to kill some problematic targets early. Okay, that's fair. If you can give me the chance to go fast, if you give me the chance to one-turn something, I'm always going to. What franchise would you guys like would look cool play just like Super Robot Wars games? So we were talking about this before too. That it's baffling to me. It's baffling to me that there isn't a series like this for more shonen, for like just like general like Shonen Jump. I think there's like a really easy in of just doing this with all of the like characters who are in Jump at the time, and then every time the magazine has like a full shift in like protagonists, right? Like once all this other series are out and like new ones are back in, it's a really easy way to release a new game then. And I know we've done that a little bit in the past, but like, A, modernize it, and B, make it more competent. Because in the past, it was very, like, it was like very much like a movie tie-in kind of style game. She's has such a funny scream. I will listen to it in a second. I was not thinking about it. Like Gundam is a toy in the universe that becomes a sentient good boy and just a fun personality. Love that. I have not like interacted with him personality wise. I just have a little figure of him. I got it from there was a thrift store in my area that had received a whole mess from some like nerd weeb shop closing. And they were like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, we're going to throw it away. And I was like, sure, I'll just buy all of it. Jump Force and Super Robot Wars. Yeah, basically. And I have to imagine that the licensing for that wouldn't be that hard, seeing as they kind of are all owned like by the same group to begin with. Right? That feels like that's going to probably save them some time. Yamayuki helps beat up Frieza, but like, could you like someone like Yugi would be so cool because instead of like think how Lelouch's thing works, right? Where he's got tactical man, he can like apply effects. Instead, make it like either have Yugi like play like monster card, spell card, trap card, to get different effects, or that like his whole kit is about playing out other like smaller units rather than him fighting on his own. He like deploys generics for you in the form of all of his other monsters. That would be so cool. That would work so well for a tactics game. Also, Gundam Breaker 3 is really fun. Is Gundam Breaker the one where you're like kind of playing as Gunpla and you like mix and match all the pieces? I think I played the first game and got like really like disheartened by it because it was like the same gameplay over and over and over again. Because as if that's a real concern to me, just repeating things here. I forgot we gave him an assist here. Does Char still have an Intimidate left on him? Oh, he does. Okay, great. Here, get intimidated. I don't care for fighting games personally, but the art style looks. I'm very mixed on the art style for Jump. On one hand, it is very stylized, and I like really stylized art. But there's definitely something that doesn't quite hit the eye right with it. CL's still up. Ciela is still up, so there's a Daunt there. You got triple action's gonna be a problem, maybe. But okay, you don't have spirit. Yeah, okay. You don't have the spirit, whatever it's called, so we can still like pull you all the way down to 50%. Or to 50 morale. Oh yeah. I forgot. I keep forgetting that Lacus has up. You fight as Gunpla. It's a repetitive game, but I think the fights are fun. Maybe I didn't give it enough time. Maybe I was too hasty with it. That is the thing that we were thinking of. I also only played the first one. So maybe it was also like, maybe it was, like fixed in later iterations. Or like the concerns I had for it were fixed in later iterations. Oh yeah, we haven't used yours yet. Gundam Breaker 4 is good, but 3 has better progression in the EX actions. Also, the ES actions are less janky. Maybe I did not get far enough, or they weren't in the first one, but what are EX actions? That is a term that I do not remember. Okay, he's already all the way down. So I think I probably played that right when I got back from Japan. I remember picking that up there. I really did just grab everything that had Gundam on the cover of it and went, I guess this is mine now. We are not doing damage. Good gracious. Oh wait, no, sorry. We actually are doing a lot of damage. We don't have any of the damage buffs on yet. Have this bravery then. Also, if you played New Gundam Breaker, it's apparently a bad game, but that plays completely differently. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I played New Gundam Breaker. Let's keep this animation on for a second. I will go find out if that was the case. New Gundam Breaker. No, in fact, it was not New Gundam Breaker, so at least I wasn't biased in that way. Or maybe, unfortunately, I was. No, it was just the regular Gundam Breaker one. I recognize the cover. I recognize this cover of what looks like a small RX-78 against a large one, and maybe like the Strike Freedom on the side of it. Have I played SD Gundam Battle Alliance? No, the SD Gundam I played was for the GBA. I think the Battle Alliance is... that's a mobile one, right? I, as a general rule, do not play mobile games. I tend to find them very money-grubbing, and I'm not here for it. EX actions are super moves. You charge up by attacking. In 3, you charge up each, and 4 has super gauges. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm familiar with the concept. Then we use those in Gundam versus Gundam, like the Gundam versus series, which is definitely way more my speed. We're down low in kilobytes. Do you guys like beat 'em ups? Not generally. As again, also as a broad rule, if I can think more, I'm happier. And beat 'em ups tend not to induce the kind of thinking that I want. Okay. We can pierce. Have you been analyzed? Oh, I guess you haven't been analyzed. Whoops. Oh, we did before. I guess it just got cleared. Weird. How about a flash? I suppose we should have crushed first, too. That's some bad sequencing. Oh, yeah, let's see if we can double attack by default. If not, we can get a support attack off of the Dinosaur on. Also, in Gundam Breaker 3, you unlock EX actions for your weapons. If you master it, you can always use them. Also, part-specific ones like Transams, probably Transams, NTDs. That is really cool that it's tied to the parts, though. I like that a lot. That feels very smart of them. Yeah, that seems correct. Good golly. Okay. Yeah, I think I just need a new computer. I think I'm going to keep streaming. I just need to get a new computer. Is like what I need to face. Let's go back to analytics. Okay. I think we've largely run out of our ability to do things. In 4, there's only part-specific ones, and the mastered version creates holographic parts that can interfere with other reactions or optional weapons, which makes them way worse. I'm not sure I fully followed, not having played it, but but it does definitely feel bad. I can imagine what you were describing, that it feels very frustrating when you're like trying to use something that's like bumping up against something else you were trying to use. Like, not necessarily physically, like mechanically. Don't love that. Yeah, okay. Are you surprised? Are you going to be surprised to hear me say that I do not love Akiba's Trip? I definitely played that game not understanding the pun of it. I got the game not understanding the pun of it, and then I was like, oh, that's not. This one ain't for me, folks. I thought it was going to be a cute game about like teaching you about Akiba. I couldn't go to Akihabara. I was too far away from it where I lived. I was living in Osaka, and it was just kind of butts to travel really far. That's fine. We'll just pass the turn. Finally, a second turn. Right, we have no energy, so we can't actually do anything. Do they have... they don't have the ability to skip on costs, do they? No, okay, that's fine. I guess we're not going to keep spending resources. Yeah, just attack us for a third time. Yeah, great. Okay, now, my good sir, you are dead. Intimidate. Let's get you analyzed first before I forget. We've just not been doing that this entire day. And then we're gonna give it to Seivas if we can help it. I feel. Oh yeah, no, they had resupply, but Yomogi does not have enough SP left for that. Oh, you know what? We could probably get back into the loop if we wanted to. Right? We could go. Yeah, with Mari. Let's see if we can do it. Or at least we won't like spend a lot of time doing it. Just give us enough resources to finish this off. Though we probably could do it without this. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Just so I can do... I guess both of you need it. But that is a cost that I have paid. I should live with. It is... First, to answer the iffy gamer, assuming that you were talking about Akiba's Trip, there's a lot of... something like Streets of Rage 4. It's way hornier than that. You're punching people's clothes off a lot because they're like a parasitic virus that's like invading them. Yeah, it's like it's kind of horny. Original energy left attacks. Never mind, that's dumb. How are you doing? Oh boy. Take that. That's 20,000. Yeah, we can get that down to 20,000. Your parts can have additional parts like funnels, additional guns, and the holographic parts during animations remove those abilities. Oh. That seems very dumb. Why would you make that way? That seems very dumb. That's probably close enough. Someone else has got to be around here. Yeah, we can have Domo and soften him. How about a bullseye and a persist? We don't want you to kill him. My friend thought it was a zombie apocalypse game. I just like the absurdity, also the ability to hit unprotected heads for a funny sound effect. Yeah, I mean, like, I think the game is doing a lot of things right, and I know exactly what it knows exactly what it wants to be, but that thing just like isn't for me. I mean, it's like it is definitely a zombie apocalypse game. Like that is what it's leading on. It's just that it's like a horny zombie apocalypse game. That'll wrap things up for us. Super Robot Warriors be having straight bangers. It sure do. Let me tell you, I can tell because people keep copyright claiming them on all my streams. Oh, darn it. You asked me to pay attention to Chisei's shout, and I forgot to. We'll do it next scenario. Right, I'll remember. I promise. You think that, oh yeah, I'm saying this because you said the Dinosaur crew is really likable. Yeah, I like from what I've seen of them so far, they seem really enjoyable. They're definitely like making me want to watch the show more, which I still haven't gotten around to yet. I know I need to. Oh, is it vampires? Okay, that's fair. Yeah, no. Like, vampires and zombies are fully different. I am a novice expert. I'm a self-taught expert in Gothic literature, so 100% vampires are different than zombies. I'm 100% with you there. I didn't realize it had that much of a zombie bend, or a vampire bend to it. We jumped a lot of levels. That's pretty good. Survival gene level 7 is actually worthwhile. That might have pushed us enough to be able to hit those damage numbers I was looking for before. I didn't actually pay attention if that was the last objective, but I figured it had to be. Like, there's very little left we could be doing. That man is wizened. He's a raisin. No need to be so uptight about it. I wasn't trying to be uptight. I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, no, they do have different vibes. They do have different vibes. Yeah, the first two people you recruit and why they go together. Like, what do you? Yeah, the first two people you recruit. Yeah, the first people you get are Domon and the Dynazenon. Yeah. I do think uptight generally describes my entire person, though. You've correctly clocked me. No, the first two that are already in the city. Oh, we're not done yet. Hold that thought. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah. The Dynazenon and the Gator are first. Yeah. Those are the two you trade out for. And then Domon, yeah, you get Domon in the last scenario. You get him on 1.4. That's true. My mistake. Yeah, because you have to choose between the Kaiju set. Ramel joined the assist crew. Thank you. We'll see what she does in a minute. Or them. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, let's check our assists now, because we want to put Mikumo. Oh no, we had Mikumo on before. We don't necessarily need her. Was it Kaname? Yeah, Kaname was the one that I was thinking for the sub-pilots, which, especially now that we have the other Dynazenon, we might put her back on the team. Rumble has a terrible effect and an amazing passive. Okay, activates the Mercy Spirit for all allies. Yeah, that's heinous. For every 10 total score gained by allies. Okay. How? In what means? So every time you get 10 kills in a map, you will then gain 1 assist. Oh yeah, I think we had been talking about her. I think we've been talking about them before. Yeah. Does this? No, it's just gonna tell me what Mercy does. Okay. Any 10 and then 5. Yeah. But it's in a scenario, right? It's not like I guess the difference I was asking was, it's not you start with assist charges equal to like your total score divided by 10, right? This is like cumulative as you're playing rather than like a default base setting. Because it reads right now like you're going to gain it over the course of the playthrough, like over the course of playing. But no, I think all the your score on the map. Okay, yeah. Okay, that is how it was reading. But like, there's some things that have been translated. There's some things that have been translated that are goofed up. So like, who knows? We can switch you out with the horn we just got. That's not going to matter for us because we don't have multiple phases. Use with the parts command. Yeah, this is the one. Cool. Okay. What can you buy from the shop? Okay, so my shop is going to look different than yours because you get stuff into the shop as you go. But you can buy pretty much every part that is like normal. But this all won't be available when you first start. You can also, we'll take a look at skills in a second. Yeah, on the map, yeah, okay. That is, we were both on the same page. Just figured I just, gotta check. Though I think the most important thing is you get, oh, your rank decides it? That makes sense. I figured it was either rank or it was by like story progression that like every X number of main stories or main scenarios you've completed. But the most important thing is you have access to assist cheers from the shop to begin with, and they are perhaps the most busted part in the game. And then skill points the skill programs will also do the same thing. Though you can buy skill programs from the pilot upgrade section, and it'll still buy from the same shop. Yeah, I think that is preferable just to see who's going on. Akurasu has the full list. Okay, cool. There was a point where they didn't have like everything quite set up. And I mean, I've said before, like, maybe that's like said so deliberately, but I'm trying to act independent of Akurasu because I would like to confirm it for myself. Only because for other games, like R especially, but also from what I've seen out of 2 and 3 complete box, and some amount of GC, their information is just like a lot of places fully incorrect. So I'm not taking for granted that the information that they have is accurate. Like, it's a great resource, please use it. But I want to try and largely confirm it for myself, not only just as like a point of pride, but because I think we sort of take for granted that they are always going to be right, and there's sometimes that things are not getting translated correctly. You get your rank up by spending money, right? Yes, you do. Every time you upgrade your mechs, every time you upgrade your mechs, you will get more rank. If you get the access to the shop and you start buying from them, that won't increase your rank at all. It has to be upgrading units. But you cannot buy skills on the battle preparation screen. Oh, I guess that is true. Yeah. You have, any shopping does have to be done during the full intermission. That's a good clarification under 151. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so let's customize some more. We theoretically want, yeah, let's see what the new Dinosaur has for us. What do you want to go? STG memory. Mechs and pilot skills, it is the same as total power from 30, I assume. It is the same as total power. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, we're losing frames again. Wish I had a good answer for this. Well, this is probably fine that we can do all the shopping during this. Also, I wasn't thinking we need to. I was going to go back to start buying stuff on Seivas, but we need to upgrade mech first. I guess, yeah, actually, also the iffy gamer. I don't know if this is your speed, but it's certainly mine. You can unlearn and then relearn a lot of all of your STG memory. and I highly recommend it. It's very useful for getting all the stuff that you want. So like buy into all the shop discounts before you buy stuff, and then turn those off and switch them out after intermissions into like whatever you actually want to bring to the map with you. 400 attack power, 60 energy. That is what that was like pretty close to what the Dynazenon does, right? It's 60 energy, and yeah, it's 200 attack power everywhere, or 400 attack power on their final attack. Yeah. Okay. Then we can take this. You know what? While we're here, I still think I want to prioritize Seivas more, because we've already put like skills into him. We can do this. This buys us the adaptability for another 10% extra damage. And then we can go switch that back to skills. And a skill program. Okay. The purple and gold wing Gundam should have the purple and gold wing Gundam. There's a purple and gold wing Gundam. Is that for one of the? Is that just one of the games? Is that for one of the games? I do not recognize that. Fam, please, come on. Internet, hold. What is happening? Actually, speaking of, while you're talking about, while you mentioned a custom unit, you asked we went in the game earlier. I would love to see MS Saga, the PS2 RPG, represented in these games some more. Yeah, that's what I was asking. That's like, is this from something else? You sometimes lag really bad. Oh yeah, no, I know I lag heinously. I just don't know what to do about it. I have all of my settings set to not the recommended, not the default ones, but like checking based on the specs of my computer and my internet. I have them all set to the correct settings. When I test my internet, it says everything is fine. Like, it'll show that I'm getting 60 FPS right now, even though my kbps is changing. Whatever Gundam I said before was the purple and gold wing Gundam. But if you just said respecking is powerful, which it is, I don't think I mentioned a Gundam before that. The delay is really buggering us here. I am off tomorrow. Maybe I'll try and see if I can figure out how to do something, like if I can do something else about this. But maybe it is just my computer. But I also talked too fast for my own good, so it's quite possible I didn't even say the word Gundam, and it just got garbled together into Gundam, and it was supposed to be something else. Yeah, let's just get your infighting points now. And then, is there anything else we care about? Gain spirit endurance, no. Technically ignore size, but ignore size feels really conditional. It feels more relevant later on when we get to like once we get to like more knowledge about this game, we can like actually tell what bosses are going to be. But I think most of the bosses are roughly sized in the same way we are. And this thing is medium, right? Like I will happily throw on if we got a small or like too small, like a double small, unit matters for Seivas at all, because we're mostly fighting mediums. Does SP up matter for us? I guess we probably don't need that though. I think any of the rest of this should be going into a second attack. What's our skill at default? 241. I don't... Okay, so either we could be investing into second attack. Here, that only requires us to be 20 skill up. We're fighting bosses at 240 skill, so we would need to get to like 260-ish. We're also caught up in levels now, largely, so we can't use that as a way to like jump us. Or we could invest into the Dynazenon. The new Dynazenon. I think Seivas is probably at a good enough point. So yeah, I guess we'll invest into Shizumu. Let's give you attacker. You definitely need the break morale limit pretty badly. Just because they can still get stats up to 170, so we need to have them hit 170. Like that actually matters for them. Give you the energy. Yeah, energy down, and then Chaosbringer Daybreak is melee, so we can give them in fighting. How expensive is 4? We can even give them 4 for extra movement. Okay, that seems fine. I think we'll just hold on the rest of it. In terms of fan service, I'm kind of weird because you brought it up earlier. I think most fan service is comedy gold. Like, you can show me raunchy things and I laugh. Yeah, I mean, we won't go. I won't go too far down this road today. I think break morale limit. Yeah. That's good. Good golly, that delay is hard. Yeah, that works. Oh wait, no, that's just crit. Never mind. I don't know. I thought I read that as like actual damage. Down here is though. Yeah, I do think that is like kind of the point of it. And like there's an amount of desensitization there that does have me a bit startled. But like I've said, sure, we'll just do that. That's fine. I have said that like I don't think anything is like fully off the table. I think, you know, media should be able to talk about anything. And things that we like describe as raunchy, I think are perfectly fair. It just does me a bit of a concern when we just like sort of take for granted that's how it has to be, you know? If we do it deliberately, that's fine. There's like purpose there. I guess we can do this. That's probably okay. We got like an hour-ish left of stream. The one Lelouch pilot? Oh, wait. By the one Lelouch pilot, you said are you referring to the purple and gold Gundam? Are you talking about like the Maharaba or like the Lancelot Albion Zero? Because don't worry, you'll get more Lelouch stuff. You'll get more Code Geass stuff later. Okay, let's get out of here. But yeah, I think we have learned to just laugh. We have learned to laugh with a lot of fan service. And I don't think we are maybe as critical as I would like to see us be when it comes to like, you know, what we feel comfortable copying to. The one Lelouch pilot, he had a wing Gundam. By name or like by visual? Because he probably didn't have something that was called the wing Gundam. We need... I sort of wish it let you overcap and then just said, like, you have to undeploy this number of units. Feels easier to work around than how they have us doing it right now. We need you. We need you. And I guess we were going to do a Jaguar. Yeah, that should be fine. Change placement. No, not by name. It looked like it. Yeah, I believe you're looking for the Lancelot Albion Zero, maybe? I don't know. There was some DD crossover over the Wing Zero in black. Oh, actually, now that you say that, yeah, that sounds familiar. But yeah, that's what I was thinking before, like the Shinkiro or like the Maharoba. Isn't the Maharoba from one of the movies? Let's bring you up here, bring you in here. Who else does damage? None of these pilots do damage. Okay, I guess that is fine. I haven't seen Choo-Choo in a minute. Edna's destroyed to reach turn 6. Well, we're certainly not reaching turn 6. Don't you worry about that. Okay, what do we got? Oh yeah, right. Sistis is still around in the same thing that Seivas is using. Did we fight him already? I feel like we fought him already. He seems familiar to me, but maybe he was just already in the story once. I at least remember this unit. Oh, you know what? We fought this unit and I was about to kill him, but then he retreated on enemy phase. That's what it was. Also, speaking of the Shinkiro, I think it is way cooler than his movie unit. 100% agree. By the way, Route 1 or Route 2, I don't actually know what the... I'm assuming we're numbering them through how Akarasu is translating them. I don't know which one Route 1 or Route 2 is, so I couldn't tell you. I think you'd know better. We'll come back to that. Let's come back to that question at the end, so that we can, or I guess if you want to tell me now how we figure out what those routes are, we can figure it out. But I'm not aiming for a route in particular. I was trying to go into this as like uninformed as possible. So I get whatever one I end up with. But here we are finally doing what I'm talking about. This is interesting. Minus 30% damage taken from 6 spaces away. I can at least interact with that. That's something that's like requiring me to do something. And then hopefully his most damaging attack is really close range. So like it forces you to be in close combat with him if you want to like deal him less damage. Like it's very basic. It's like a very basic piece of information. But a lot of those bonuses so far that we've seen have been, you know, not bad. They've been they have been sort of this like just stat bonuses that you really don't get to interact with at all. They call it Wing Gundam Zero Rebellion. I am unfamiliar with that. Hold on, let me Google that quick. I have no idea. I just rejected her. Okay. Wing Gundam Zero. Is that? I think that's probably the crossover unit. Yeah, that is the DD crossover unit. Have we ever seen stuff from the mobile games come into the main game? I don't think we have. Sad he still does not have an ace bonus. Does he not have his ace bonus? No, he sure doesn't. That's real. How much later in the game do we need to be for them to get their ace bonuses? I like that in T30 you can face some ace bonus enemies earlier than here. Yeah. The Didarion was in 30. Okay. Yeah, I guess that is true. Like I've not played 30, so that is some information I am lacking. Oh, good golly, these are so much HP. Okay. Actually, hold on. As we say that, though, we have run into some pilots that have had their ace bonuses. It's been really inconsistent. It has not been like a steady growth, right? When we were doing this stage at the beginning of last scenario, or last stream, when we had all of the MJP bosses, they had their ace bonuses. I'm pretty sure. I guess we're also... Hold on, we're not at max morale yet. We can go... No, we don't want to go here. No, you don't have a way of increasing it. 30 had some OG DLC units later in its lifespan. But like from OG Saga, by OG do you mean like from the series that is OG, or do you mean like just original to? Yeah, because right, like in the same way that we have like the VTX protagonists here. But like if we bravery, this is lethal, right? Yeah, this is. Let's see how much blessing does, and then original characters. Well, yeah, but like from the canon that is already part of OG. So like, were you seeing like Rao or like the Seivas, like Masaki, or like original, or like were you saying like the OG characters from the phone specifically? Which Megazord would you like to see in the game? I am so far away from any Super Sentai stuff, not because I want to be. Like, I would like to be familiar with it again. But yeah, Megazords would be good. Then I will assume they get their ace bonuses in their last engagement. That could be. That's quite possible that they're just giving them to them like at like the last time you fight them. Okay, that money was worth it. I guess we should... Spirits. I guess let's do this now. Okay. You come up here, I guess. You need to rouse. This gives Olive her extra, her extra 100. We'll go here, because this is still our cheapest analyze. I think it depends. I think SRX is Alpha Timeline, Cybuster, and Gilliam are a G. Is classic. Waste Rider, Allstein, no idea. Yeah, I don't think these are all coming from the same timeline, but they're like still in my head. Are descriptively all like OG units. Yeah. Would you like to see the twin system back? Is the twin system where you can like pair, basically pair up? If so, I've not played with any of that yet. So I don't quite have a stance yet. Also, Sanger, Ratzel, no idea. These are you got me at first. I know what SRX is. I know what the Cybuster is. I've heard the name Gilliam before. I know who is, but the West Rider, the Altyson, the Sanger, and the Ratzel, I'm fully lost now on what any of those are. Yes, the twin system in OG is fun. It feels like it ought to be a ton of fun, but it also feels like it's super prone to get like cracked in half. Okay. You are going to need this. Also, the fact that the new girl, what's her name? Remwool, it only costs 1 is wild. It's really awkward going to be trying to like farm her up though, because we're going to need to cast her. That gives us a mercy, and then then we can't like actually get kills. So I guess we can't just like spam her at the end. Yeah, that's fine. This is short through double damage, so let's fix that. We probably don't need to be as loopy this time because we already have like most of the stage in front of us. We can still do this here because this is still going to pull a little bit more SP out of Echika. You can pair units together. They all have attack, single targets, twin spirits. Really fun. Yeah, like the idea sounds really good. It's similar to, I mean, like it's like pair up, but just like more complicated in Fire Emblem. Yeah, the OG animations are, from what I have seen, are really sick too. Here, spirits. You need a bravery. We already have press on. How about a bless? Just mercy attack, etc. 10 times and call it a day. I mean, yeah, that is true, right? I guess we can. Here, you're just right. That's just true. We'll waste a lot of attacks over here. That'll do. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to like cut out the tedium. But I guess the trouble is though, this is on. That put it on everybody. Right, so I now need to deal with him having mercy. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So here's the plan then. We can just attack. We can just like move everyone forward this turn. Because right, we can use this again. Yeah. We'll just do this on turn 2. We'll do this on turn 2 then. I am curious whether double attacking. Actually, here we can try it with Hayate. I'm wondering if double attacking will let us break the. Will let us break the mercy. Like, yeah, let's see. I'll turn the press on for whatever it's worth, but. You know, we got SP to spare. Let's push this and see. Right, so obviously this won't kill, but will it break on the first one? No, it won't. Okay, it goes for the whole attack. That's what I figured, but it's worth asking. The twin system is really busted in OG since it was retrofitted in the remake. In Moon Dwellers, it was pretty balanced around, so I assume it's the same in second OG. No idea about Gaiden. Yeah, that's kind of what I would have figured was going to be the case. But that'll be a fun time when we get to it. If I feel like I can probably pull some really busted stuff out there. I think it's for one tire battle kind of like alert. Yeah, that is that. But you never know. It could have been different. It's worth asking, I think. Yeah, I think that's the part where I'm like maybe going to run into like some weirdness doing stuff on YouTube. Is there's stuff that I think the community takes for granted, probably rightly so. But I feel the need to test just to make sure because well, that was a waste. Did I not launch the Dynazenon? Oh my word, did I not bring the Dynazenon with me? That's frustrating and dumb. Okay, that's fine. But I just like need to confirm in case there's like any like weird interaction I know. Why did you not attack another unit with the Getterson's Mercy was on? Because it's not gonna matter. Like we're still gonna like we can still kill all of them next turn too. It is like technically, it is better to hit somebody else. Like you're technically applying more damage, but because it doesn't actually matter, right? Like I can get more damage out of it, but it'll still be lethal in 2 turns anyway. So like, why? Yeah, because like what? Yeah, like what math is it changing? Like we can kill. We know that Seivas can kill all of them whenever we need him to. If we're gonna be going to turn 2 anyway, they're all dead on turn 2 anyway. Okay, that was 7 instances of it. Intuition. That's 8. 9. You know what? I'm not gonna... I think that's probably fine. We could technically get 4 more points of experience on her going to 99, but I think that's whatever. Also, the final attack for 0 damage is a waste, meaning potentially more resupply. Maybe it's just me being stingy. Yeah, because like I think like I think in all technicality, yes, that is probably true. That it is like it is technically a waste, but it's also like trying to account for something that like I said, I don't think will actually change the math at all. That's fine. I guess we don't need to persist. We were going to counter that anyway. It's the same thing that like you could double damage, but if you were already killing them, like what does double damage actually do? What did you call me earlier? Did you call me uptight earlier? Is that are we looking at the same thing here? Would you be trying out Demon School? I don't know what that means, but I do love demons. Is it a new game? There's so many heckin' new games I can't keep track. Here we can actually like apply some real damage. You move forward. Sick. How about a bravery? And I don't know if Pierce matters, but oh, sure, looks like it does. Does bravery not give flash? I've like not paid attention to what spirits it gives because I've used it for like 2 reasons. It gives Excel, Bullseye, Persist, Valor, Spirit, and Charge. Okay, so no defensive. Oh no, it gives Persist with it. It doesn't. Okay, yeah. I'm with it now. Okay. Have a Bullseye, and please enlighten. Yeah. What's please? Have I played XCOM? No, I have not played XCOM. I've watched people play it. I just don't think it's quite my speed. The amount of random in it is not exactly my cup of tea. If we have random, I would like it to be like input randomness, not output randomness, or whatever direction that sentence is supposed to go. I think you know what I mean. Oh, that's not what we wanted at all. It's fine. Yeah, I also just like... This is like slightly abstracted enough from military that I don't mind it, but I tend also not to like military settings that much. It's like Persona 1 and 2. Oh, yes. Okay, no, I do know what you were talking about. I probably will play that. Is it out yet? I think I've had it favorited on Steam for a while. Flashes on love, persists on bravery. Got it. Okay. That I feel like I could probably remember that. Right, we have you here to do this. Get you the rest of them. Yeah, it's just like not come up before that we like actually needed to worry about it because we just like never saw combat, or we never saw like enemy-based combat. But yeah, the iffy gamer, I adore Shin Megami Tensei. So, if there's something Shin Megami Tensei related, like even tangentially, the answer is probably yes. Nope. That is a lot of money we're getting out of these. That's good. Okay, I think we do actually need to start caring a little bit more if I didn't bungle it already. Hearts here. If we want to finish this with Seivas this turn, which I do think I would like to. Okay, we still got enough. We're good. Bam. What about Disgaea? Yes, I have played. I have spent so many hours in Disgaea. I have never played past 5, but I have played the absolute bejesus out of 1, 2, 3, and 5. 4 came out right when I was busy with school, so I never got to play that. But yeah, I think this guy is a lot of fun. Yeah, speaking of fan service, I think that game does some of its fan service in a way that is actually trying to say something, which I am pro. SMT is hit or miss for you personally. Which ones have hit and which ones have missed? Because I do understand that. I do understand that. But I think the only one I've not really thoroughly enjoyed so far has been Last Bible. But I don't think that's usually what most people are playing. 3 is great, 4 and 5, nope. That's fair. I felt like I'm curious as to why you didn't like 5. I did not feel like 5 went far enough. Did you feel like maybe 5 went too far based on what we've talked about before with like political ideology? Or because the thing that everyone is excited about with 5 is all of the style to it, and I also could see where that style might feel like it's in the way of actually saying something or doing something meaningful, you know. I guess we could also hold on. We should be doing this a little bit with the new Dinosaur too. You need a drive. Yeah, that'll get us close enough. We can get the rest of. We can get the rest of our morale through. Oh, right. They still have Mercs that doesn't go away. That's really annoying. Okay, but Domon will kill. And they also have a Zeal, so this works out fine. This works out fine. We can still see what his attack looks like. Also, I have a hard time liking Dungeon Crawlers. Devil Survivors 2 is one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess if you don't like Dungeon Crawlers, then you're gonna have a rough time. I adore Dungeon Crawlers. I find them so fun. But I do get that they're really not for everybody. My bad. The 19th. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. I wasn't holding you to exactly what day it was. But yeah, sometime roughly. It's actually here. I guess this is worth saying now. You brought up a specific date. I am going to be away the week before Thanksgiving. There's a board gaming convention that's happening around my area that I'm going to be going to. I'll talk about it more in detail when we get a little bit closer. So at least for me, that was still going to be out of the range of possibility. So we're going to be missing I think it means I'm probably going to end up missing a stream or two, but I'll have stuff for you in the meantime. You love 2 and 5. I have 2 is the only Persona that I have not played. I've played all the others. Not for lack of interest, though. I probably will love 2. I really enjoyed 1. And I think 2 is just better in all ways. But it's also, it's definitely a weird game. SMT5 has an open zone world, and I hated the traversal. That's interesting. I've never heard that criticism before. I mean, I don't, not that you have to repeat criticism. But yeah, if that isn't your speed, it's very bad. You do have to interact with it a ton, so if it is a bother, it's gonna really be a bother. Also, the way the story starts to feel like a slog. With 4, it was just gameplay loop. Okay, yeah. I did feel like 5 kind of got a little sloggy at the end. I would agree. I think that's fair. But because I already like Persona, or because I already like Shin Megami Tensei, I was like willing to tolerate it. But I guess phrasing it like that does like that is generally in line, right, with what you're saying. And what felt different about the gameplay loop between 4 and 5? Because like I feel like they're like roughly the same. But I would also agree that I am generally an open world hater. If I find a lot of open world designs, especially, to be like heinously sloppy. We've already seen Penetrator Gun. Let's see what their Dinosaber looks like. Yeah, I find a lot of open world designs to be very sloppy, and A, it doesn't make me think, and I want to think. And B, there's just like there's so much stuff that they ask you to do for just the sake of doing it, and like I'm not here for that. Like that's such a meaningless reason to get you to do stuff. Oh, 2 and 5 for Disgaea. Sorry, not for Persona. That's I would still agree with basically everything I said was true. I think I spent my most time in 2 and 5. I played 2 on the PSP. And I put like thousands of hours into that, and maybe 1,000 hours into that. And I played 5 on my PS4. When it died, I bought it on Steam just so I could do it all over again because I had enough fun with it. I think the story of 5 is perhaps the weakest, but the gameplay of 5 was, I think, one of the strongest just because there was so much customization. All right, what's your bonus? +3 morale at the start of one phase, +2 move. We care about the +2 move. The way progression felt just off to me. The way the power raises in 4 just not right for me. 3 did it well. Also, when you're saying 3, are you saying like the 3 Reloaded, the most recent one that just came out on Steam, or the original PS2 one? Because those are also like super different games. Why are we not doing damage? Here we'll use this misaligned Valor. Have this Bless and have a Cheer. Why not? I think that's good. You just play 3 remake. Okay. Yeah, I would not be surprised if 3 got the vibe right for like power scaling. I do think okay. So I'm with you for that, because I think 3 and 4 really rely on you wanting to deeply engage with its like calendar system, with all of the like ins and outs of trying to get your confidants really pushed high up, and then like letting that give you a lot of power. Unless you are feeling like it raises power too quickly, which I think is like probably fair. I think if you engage with the systems, you vastly outscale the game, and if you don't engage with the systems in exactly the way it wants you to, you kind of go nowhere. You do own Lucifer's Call, but changes the language on my PS2 for readable analysis. Yeah, SMP3. Yeah. Yeah, I figured we were still on SMT3. That's just why I had, because I was still on that track, I had like wrongly assumed the Iffy Gamer had been talking about SMT2. SMT also TOO. Is Lucifer's Call? Yeah, Lucifer's Call is the. Oh, sorry. You mean. You actually mean SMT. Okay, that's my bad. Okay, sorry. I will reorient this conversation. My apologies. Why was I thinking Persona then? Hold on. Is this just like me misreading, or did I just like deeply? I really went down that train of thought, assuming that I knew what I was talking about. No, Persona wasn't in here at all. That's just me. Okay. The German translation of SMT3 is really bad with elements. Yeah, that's I do understand that game to be translated really weirdly. It's me throwing it off a little bit. No, that's okay. That's okay. It's my job to get this stuff right as the person who's streaming. Okay, then yes, hold on. Like wind is strength, expel and death are that's pretty goofed up. I feel like that happens a lot in the US with Spanish too, where it's just like someone who doesn't actually speak the language has translated this as a thing they think is close. Is that the kind of energy that it's giving? That it feels like someone who maybe vaguely thinks they know German is trying to tell you what the German is? Because that happens a lot here in the US with Spanish. Okay. Okay, so this is a very different conversation. I have liked 3 the least of all of the mainline SMT games. I have not played 5 yet. But yeah, 5 is super, super open world. So I do understand why that would feel potentially very bad. I was thinking like, Persona 5 kind of is open world. I could see where you might call it that. But yeah, no, 100% SMT 5 is open world. No contest there. The translation is directly from English without context. Oh, okay, yeah, that feels like that's very, very much what I'm talking about here. That's so frustrating. I'm sorry. Right, okay, yeah. 3 has I feel like 3 has a very like even keeled pace. Like it's very 3 has very linear progression. 4 has really exponential progression. So when you said you didn't like the progression of 4, was it that your power didn't raise enough, or that it raised too much? Because I feel like I still maintain what I said about 4 SMT as about the same thing as Persona, which is if you engage with the system, you vastly outscale the game, and if you don't engage with it, you're like, how do I do this? My biggest pet peeve in an open world game is the movement. It's always so sloppy. I would agree. Not only do the controls feel really goofy, I feel like I'm like piloting the person, my like whoever the character is, with chopsticks. Yeah, I feel like I'm piloting with chopsticks, but like also a lot of them, like so much of the movement tech just reduces a lot of your other options. So it's like also like mechanically sloppy, where it's like why do I have some of these options and then have like immediately made them like moot? But I think a lot of like the in-between moments where you can just like accidentally careen off cliffs is tilting beyond belief. What would I like to see in P6? So here's a hot take. I would like to not see a P6. I know we have it coming, but I don't mind a series coming to the end. If we have to have another one, and I don't think we have to, I want it to look something fully different than P5. I don't think we're going to get that because people love P5 so much, but I would really like something to feel different from whatever Persona 5 was doing. Just because I don't need that game another time. SMT has always had the like dark theming to it, and I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just tackled a lot more global social issues, where I would like it to handle I would like it to handle like the interpersonal issues that Persona tends to deal with more, just like even more thoughtfully, even more deeply than P5 did. SMT4 is really weird with the power level on any bosses. It's an emotional thing. The feel is just off, hard to explain. Also, the gameplay is mostly a downgrade. Yeah, I do think there's a really big discrepancy against fighting bosses. So I mean, like, you don't have to have an answer. Like, I don't think you to justify it. I was just curious what your thoughts are, because I've wasted thousands of hours in SMT4. That was like the game for me. That clicked so hard. But like all of my friends who were playing it while I was in college also described me as being kind of freakish about it, so I'm not surprised that we're like not fully aligning here. Have we played the new Digimon? I have not. I think I won't speak for you, but a frequent chatter, if you see their name around Control Room Guy, he's been playing it, and he's had a lot of fun with it. But I've not gotten to yet. Okay, yeah, here, let's figure this out. So Remul's Horn, I'm predicting it's going to give me 120, so we should be over capping SP. But we're at 26. Let's see where this puts us. Oh no, it just gives you 60. That one's correct. So actually, the one that gives you the one that said printed value gives you 40 is actually better because it gives you 80. That feels like, given what we're seeing here, that feels like more of a programming error than anything. Then there will be a P6. I do hope that we go in another direction with those themes. We have Death in 3, Truth in 4, Rebellion in 5. I hope we do a different direction again. Yeah, it would be nice. But yeah, like I said, right, like I don't feel like we need one, but I feel like it's already been confirmed that we like know P6 is being like made right now. Bravery and oh right, yeah, do we we'll just keep doing this way. I definitely get so distracted playing this on stream. I apologize if this is hard to watch. Digimon Story Time Strangers is the best Digimon game quality-wise so far. Well, that's real high praise. That's good to know. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that you had Control Room guys been talking about it, but I didn't want to speak on your behalf. But yeah, I had seen people like pretty high on the game. But best is definitely a good sign, especially because like we'd all sort of been complaining about Digimon not like being in the forefront of people's minds, and that this was like getting people to pay attention to it. Did you guys mess with the Yakuza games? No, not quite my speed. There's also just like I only have so much time for this stuff, right? Like I mean I spent literal 5 months just like writing out like data sheets for this. I guess actually here, maybe you've not seen this, EFB Gamer, because it's in the description here. But I suppose first you should know there was a website called Akarasu. It is a really like big database resource for this series. Presumably you know about it, but if you don't, it's Akarasu, very useful. Definitely go look it up. But I found like it was lacking a lot of the resources that I really wanted out of these games. So I spend the vast majority of my days just like working on trying to gather data about these games, about like making maps for them, or like testing these like really small like detailed mechanics. So that ends up being where most of my video game time goes. And if not that, I'm playing Warframe a lot. I've spent a lot of time on Warframe. It is a third-person, like, action looter shooter game. If you like that style of thing, it's very good. It is like also genuinely free to play. It sounds like it should not be. It sounds like it should be pay to play, but it's not. It is actually a free to play. What about Baldur's Gate 3? Also not usually my speed. If I'm thinking in terms of D&D, I really like D&D as a storytelling device more than as like a game system, which is just like not what BG3 is. So I passed on that one. That was also coming out right at the time that there was a lot of really good puzzle games. I was spending a lot of time playing like Blue Prince and Balatro. I think that was like roughly around at the same time. So like my time was occupied thinking about numbers. Digimon finally reached the proper quality of old school Final Fantasy games. Oh, that's sick. Okay, that's I do also love Final Fantasy. I spent a lot of time on those, so that's good. That's a very good comparison point. Is there a way to give you the 99 stats of most pilots for your spreadsheets? I mean, there is a way to give them to me if you'd want. I probably just also wouldn't accept them, not for lack of trusting you. I do want to do it on my own to know that they are there. I just like haven't gotten around to doing that yet because I've been like doing the YouTube stuff. That is one of the things that I do want to do. I need to figure out how to like adjust like character levels or character stats internally here. Like I figured out how to do it with R, where I could just like set a level, like set a value to like set everyone to whatever that level threshold is. So I need to figure out how to do that in here too. But I appreciate the offer, thank you. If that is a resource that I end up going like I want to outsource this, I will let you know. I guess I do screenshots of my game, for example. Yeah, that is what I figure. If I do go down that route, I could like make somewhere where people to like dump screenshots. But also, if that's the case, I would like to figure out a way to make sure the submission gets credited to you too. I'm not sure if that's like a thing that you would value, but like my want of integrity for it is to get you credited in there somehow too. So I'll need to figure out what that looks like. To be fair, it's never a question that I even bothered entertaining because I didn't figure anyone else was going to like want to be on board with this project. So it is a question that I've not thought to ask before. But I'll think about it some more between like now and next or a couple streams, and we'll figure out an answer. But at least tentatively right now, I think part of it is just a want to see that I can like reproduce it as I did in other games. Like this will be like this is one of the first games where I'm like actually testing the methodology that I used for R. So I want to make sure it still works. But it's also a tall task, so maybe we'll need to outsource it. Which one is your favorite Final Fantasy game? Okay, so I am consistently weird, and I don't try to do it on purpose, I promise. Understood? Appreciate you getting it. I probably rambled way too much. You probably got it like a half an hour ago, but... Yeah. So I promise I don't do this on purpose. I'm just an oddball. 12 and 6 are my favorites, and they are like interchangeably so. Like I don't have one over the other. I really like the world that is being constructed there. I describe it as like both hard and soft world building. And that is exactly what I want out of my fantasy worlds, that I feel like we can care about the small details and the large details at the same time. I really like how desperate it feels, like the people interacting with the world. Like things feel like they're always at a precipice, which is also like exactly what I would like. I want to feel like the world and what we're doing in it matters. Oh, right, because he still had Mercy on. That's fine. I guess let's give Tamaki this kill. Seeing as... Can she even do damage? Oh, because she still has the Mercy on, too. That's fine. Okay. I went... Oh, yeah, she has extra turn because of what we did last... The tactical command or whatever it's called. Because she could stand to get some... She could stand to get some levels. Sure, just cheer yourself. Seeing as she does have press now. But I also, controversially, really like 2. I think 2 is also a really sincere attempt at, like, trying to tell a story that is, like, actually about war. Like, things are dire in 2 also, in a way that I really like. I know people don't really vibe with the combat, like, the mechanics in 2. And I totally get why. But I think if you're willing to do the thing that 2 wants you to do, I think you can have a lot of fun with it. But what it wants you to do is a very oddball thing. So I get why that might not necessarily be the right fit for everybody. You know? What games are you guys looking forward to coming out in the last month? I couldn't tell you. Because I'm like so all on. Because I'm like so all in on Super Robot Wars at all times. It's like kind of the only thing I'm thinking about. Here's a Smash. Oh, we do still have a Unity here. I don't think it's actually changing anything. No, I guess it is, because we can use Mari twice then. FF2 has an interesting story, but undercooked gameplay. I have a soft spot for 3. I really liked 3 when I was in middle school. But I went back and played it on Steam somewhat vaguely recently, and gosh golly, I had a rough time. I was so looking forward to that being over. It was so depressing because I really enjoyed it. I remember growing up really liking it. I think Zeal's just better. Oh, you know what? I was looking for Fortune on them earlier. I know where it was. It's on Shizumu. I also feel like, talking about misplaced spirits, Fortune on our main pilot is probably not the call here. But yeah, like the gameplay is really experimental, but I don't mind that. Like, it's very much for the time gameplay wise, but like I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. But like I said, I get why that might not be everyone's cup of tea. I like 12. I would love to play 6. Hard for me to put the input in to do the moves. Oh yes, yeah. I mean, just don't use Sabin then. Or are there like other like mechanical? Do you have like other like sensor motor concerns that would like make that even harder for other reasons? Is it just that like a Game Boy is hard to use? Because I'm pretty sure you get those. I'm pretty sure you have it on computer now. Yeah. No, you can definitely get that for console. So maybe it's just a Sabin thing. Yeah, I was just looking at that. I'm about to buy it. Yeah, I think it's very good. It also, like, the speed up that you get from like to get through these older games is very desirable. Oh man, Rain's gotta be at 150. Darn. Okay. So we have the Shuffle Alliance attack. We just need to stand still for it. Yeah, that's fine. Shizumu Spirits. Oh, hold on first. The game I'm really on right now is Fantasy Maiden Wars. Its spell card gimmick solves the HP sponge problem. Oh, okay. I mean, anything that you tell me that like descriptively solves a problem in Super Robot Wars, you have me interested more and more about this game. Eventually you're gonna push me to play it on stream, and I'll probably be happy about it. Shizumu Spirits make sense for his character. I think that is probably true. Yeah, like I'm thinking, like from a strictly mechanical standpoint, I would like it other places. But I suspect that these characters are probably, that's all I wanted, are like probably well defined for their worlds. Did you play the Pixel Remaster or the 3D version? I just played the 3D version, but I have played the Pixel Remaster version. That was a struggle to say, and I don't know why. I have played both. I guess, yeah, like, which is there one that remains to you the like crowning achievement? Because I could foresee why those would feel very differently. Because three feels very much like a proto 5. Where the Pixel Remaster one, I guess, is like kind of a proto 4. Is a proto 4 remaster. Yeah. This ends things. I guess we can. Here's some chip. I don't think that matters. I guess we can give this to the Grid Knight, and then we can still Zeal him. Yeah, that works. Great. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll probably just down one character. If you get the Pixel Remastered version, though, I believe the input works differently on that too. Or at the very least, it tells you how to do it. You might have a larger window to do it too. So at the very least, I say if you're going to get the Pixel Remaster version, give a try to save in and see if the problem still persists. But I think I know for sure how his whatever the like fighting game combo input works. is different in the Pixel Remaster. So, Fantasy Maiden Wars bosses have spell cards. They give the bosses more attacks, and as you deplete their health bar, the extra lives give you similar HP totals, but they add conditions that change it. That's so good. That's like the best part of how like Fire Emblem does the like extra crystal system, where like as you break through like bosses' HP bars, and I guess was that only in 3 houses? I think it was only in 3 houses that they like got more skills available to them. That seems 100% up my alley. Okay, well, the next thing I promised I was going to play was W. Maybe no one shows up for the GC streams. Maybe we once GC is over. I don't know. We'll find a way to fit it in there. You are really selling me on this game, though. How do you all feel about Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default? I have not played the Bravely Default series, but I really enjoyed Octopath Traveler. I played the first one. I think. Oh, was I one off on Remuel? That's fine. Okay. I really enjoyed the like sprite work that was happening for those games. I think that was really fun. It felt like a modern version of the like thing that I like in quotes thing that I remember. I think the story ended up being pretty weak because they had to try and like they quote had to try and give time for all 8 of your characters. I think that could have been integrated way better. I've not played the second one, so I don't know if that ends up being the case in the second one. Like that could just be solved. But that's roughly where I am landing. Like for one phase, no flash persist in certain zones. One boss gets 100,000 times 100,000% accuracy, higher stats, and counterplay with droppable bombs. Oh man. All right, maybe. Oh. I promised I would play Y or W next. I do want to keep that promise. Maybe we put LTC on pause for a little bit. Okay, while I'm shopping, let's debate schedule, because like this is you are right that this is probably a thing that I would like. Do you actually want to see me play it on stream, or is it just a meme now to like because I'm like, no, I'm not going to, and you like want to try and get me to? Like, is it a thing that would actually be like valuable streaming? Or like, do you want to see it? Because like I probably it sounds like it's good. It sounds like it might be the thing that I want. Okay, yeah, we need to give you second attack because you are not quite making it on damage on your own. That is almost everything. But that's fine. We still don't have any skill parts. Okay, that will work. Bravely good but repetitive for one. Octopath Traveler stories are way too sterile. Yeah, sterile is probably a good word for it. It feels like I am playing through the storyboarding of what people were like trying to like put together elements of this like game of 8 characters interacting. They tried with 2. That's good to know. I do own a copy of 2. I got that from some Steam sale. I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet because there's so many flipping games. Also, Fantasy Maiden Wars characters have varied passives they unlock, which gives every character a niche. That's also really good. I can tell you're saying that because I've complained so much about like character identity, or like feeling like, yeah, like character like unique usability. Sure, for whatever that's worth. Okay. I think that generally wraps things up. I guess we'll end by going back to talking about the Code Geass unit we were looking at before we left. Sadly, your schedule does not work well for me. I only watch today since I'm on vacation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. You are usually a once a week streamer. This is not usually the time I see you. Okay. I mean, like, listen. I'm not grumpy. I'm not as much as I sometimes come off as What did you call me earlier? It was so funny to me. I'm gonna keep thinking about it. Uptight. As uptight as I maybe seem sometimes. Like, I'll build this schedule around y'all if you want. When are you usually around for my streams? Because I'll move stuff around. I don't care. I want to make stuff that people want to watch. Do we get any parts that actually matter? I think he dropped something. I just wasn't paying attention to what he dropped. So let's look at that while you're responding. Oh, Prophoton Cluster. Yeah, sure. If you play Fantasy Maiden Wars, for the love of God, do not play on Lunatic. Why not? I want to play on the hard difficulty. You're around on Fridays. That is the LTC day. Okay. Okay. Well, we won't be doing anything about it immediately, so I guess let me think on that. But I think I might be persuaded to be streaming every Friday, and we just do that instead of the LTC for the meantime. Then I guess here, this isn't the schedule yet, but here is my think as of right now. I'm still having fun with the GC generics, so I would like to keep doing that. But we can. I described Mondays as being sort of like the challenge days, so maybe we switch that to LTCing then, because I also don't know what my next challenge would be after GC. And then on Fridays, the only reason I was giving myself off on Friday was just because like I would like to have off sometime. But I don't like have to stream every other Friday. I guess I could stream every Friday. And make Fridays the Fantasy Maiden Wars. I know I complain all the time that there's like more of this game than I have like life left in me, but I also we talk about more than just Super Robot Wars on this channel sometimes. So maybe we make Fridays the non Super Robot Wars day. Because I also have it in me that every once in a while I might want to stream. Like, maybe I do want to stream Warframe every once in a while. That would be a good way to do that. Ball Pit? The DashCon Ball Pit? Where did this come from? Lunatic is crazy and balanced around New Game Plus. Please just do hard. Also, there's a Google Doc guide that explains the difficulty changes. Okay, sick. You know what? I feel like you're just pushing me to try and play on hard. Like, that's exactly what I want. Like, why do I not want it to be hard? Why do I not want it to be hard? I mean, we got a little time left. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go back to the unit some other time. Hold on. Let's look at this Google Doc. Fantasy Battle, or sorry, Fantasy Maiden War. Difficulty. Let's see. I mean, unless you want to reload your save constantly. I mean, I don't hate that. I would like to feel like I am pushed. Do you got a link to that Google Doc? I don't think I have links forbidden. You can probably send that to me fine. At this point, like we're talking about, like I don't think you're gonna send me something suspicious. And if you do, it's like I'm gonna open it and it's not gonna be on stream anyway. So you don't have to do that for me, but just if you have it, that'll make it easier for me to look at it. Give me a sec. Yeah. Take your time. Take your time. While you're doing that, let me pop up Steam so I can look at this too. Fantasy Maiden Wars. Oh, it's even on sale right now. Maybe all this is sort of coming together at the right time. Yeah. I've got too much like other information on Steam. I can't put this like on screen, unfortunately. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I think I want to play on Lunatic if it's super hard. It'll like maybe make it sit here a little bit longer, but like Is that such a bad thing? The game is on a launch sale. Yeah. That's I think regardless of whether I play it, I will probably pick it up, seeing as we spend so much time talking about it, or regardless of whether I play it on stream. But maybe what I do is, one of the reasons why I want to look at the document is maybe what I will do is play a little bit on my own, like play as little as possible to see if Lunatic, how much I'll need to reload on Lunatic. And if I do find that I'm like spending like 3 hours on a stage because I'm just like running my head against this like wall that's not budging, then we can go down to hard. But I can try like maybe like a map or 2 or 3. Just try the demo. That's fair. That's true. I never play demos. It has 3 stages. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, good to know. Perfect. I was gonna ask, like, do you know exactly where it feels like the difficulty spikes, or is it just all the time? Does it just start at an 11 out of 10 and then never stop? And at least for that game, I probably will also sit and like try to read through some of the story, because I do want to learn about like Toho. Yeah, interesting. Play Marissa stage 1 on Lunatic. You will get it. Okay, perfect. Here, let me actually. Let me record that right now so I have that point of reference, and then I can get back to you about that. Perfect. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing tonight then. Because like I don't know, I guess I've said that this whole time. We've never actually gotten to like see what I mean that I want out of hard. And that'll be like a good comparison against W. We're just gonna have like the hardest months of my life playing video games. Marissa is the worst start since she starts with Gain. Okay, cool. Perfect. Interesting. Rainbow starts with focus and intuition. Okay, yeah, I mean that feels considerably easier to win with. I assume some of these you're just like transliterating for my benefit, that they're probably not using. Are they using all the same language, or are we getting? I think we talked about this already, where they're using like close to the same language, but it's not exactly the same. For some of them, at least. No. Okay. Oh, here. While we're still in the middle of this, I want to let me go look and see if we can try and estimate how many more stages we got left. I could foresee us having maybe like this stage and 2 more. All right. So maybe we're finishing this. Maybe we're finishing this next turn if I can like really put the pressure on. I used a lot of GBA terminology. Oh, okay. Cool. That I will probably be familiar with that, because like that's what a lot of R uses. Okay, well then, if you don't have the Google Doc for me, and I'm not rushing you to get it, if you can't find it, that's totally fine. But we got nothing else much to do, so I will call it here. Otherwise, intuition is sense, resupply equals refill. Okay, cool. Yeah. I figure it's all in English. Like I figure I will get it. But I suspect I will probably end up calling it by the SRW names a couple times. You already posted it. Okay. That's interesting, because I don't see it. Well, then, sorry for thinking that was you. No, I don't see a link here at all. Did you send it? Do you have a second stream of you just randomly sent it to somebody else? Maybe a safety feature? That's what I figured, but I figured I should be able to disable that. Because, like, if I try to go to, like, any, like, auto moderation, it sends me to, like, the global moderation of my channel rather than this chat. And you'd think that it would be present for just this chat. Pop out reactions, timestamps, moderation activity. That's really weird. Okay, well, let's troubleshoot right now. YouTube chat allow links, because I did not disable them. There's a checkbox for whether links are available, but we tested out and the links were supposed to be allowed, but we're still blocked. Yeah, like I figured I would at least, right, like I'm looking through my chat and like I'm no numbskull. It should at least tell me that's like something has been blocked or like spam added or something. That's so strange. Hold on. I see, give me a sec. Yeah, no, it's very deeply not here. Are there like multiple chat settings? That's so weird. Okay, hold on. If it's there for you, we're gonna problem solve this in like a really goofy way. I'm just gonna go, rather than looking through the like my view, I'm just gonna go and open the stream in a different window. And see if I can just like click it off of that. No, I wanted to open the actual stream, thank you, not the title card for it. YouTube, come on, buddy. That's obviously not what I want. Why can't I watch? I've definitely like opened it and watched it live before. I had to one time because it said I was, YouTube said I was live on something and I super wasn't. No, it's okay. It's not your fault. I should be able to know how to do this. Hold on. I have workarounds. I'm gonna open up a different browser. Right, if I go in with like Google Chrome. If I go in with Google Chrome, I should be able to see it because like that's not like reading that I'm live. Let me just search for myself right quick. I am live right now. Mute myself. Okay, maybe I'm just stupid because I also don't see it. Like, I don't see it here through looking at it on YouTube either. Maybe only you can see it because maybe you're allowed to see it because you posted it and it's just not showing to anybody else because it is just like auto flagging it. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, no, there's still nothing showing up. YouTube, come on. This should be control that I have. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, I think it's probably only visible for you then. Can I like, hold on. I can put you in timeout. That's not what I want. That's exactly the opposite of what I want. Start a poll. Okay. Well, I guess that will just have to be. I'll have to go and figure out how to find it on my own then. Is it like roughly easy? Is it roughly easy to Google? That's really frustrating. Also, just like, why can none of this work for me? Yeah, if it's roughly easy to Google, I'm sure I'll be able to find it somewhere. Especially like if it's posted by the devs, then we'll be fine. Okay. Well, I will call stream here. Thank you, everyone. Oh, well, I'm slightly too impatient. No, it's a fan guide. Okay, that's fine. I'll figure it out. And if I can't, next time you're around on a Friday, I'll figure it out then. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Good night. Thank you for being here at our 151. I appreciate it. Thank you everyone for watching. I had a lot of views live too, and I appreciate all of you in the VODs too checking me out. I think we're pretty close to wrapping up. Why I say that every time, but it feels like we're like actually like getting close to being done. So yeah, I'm curious to see what the future looks like for this channel. We're gonna like move around some scheduling, which I don't think is gonna be a problem. I mentioned this in I guess the previous VOD, so if you're only watching this one for however reason that works, look forward to another project you'll probably be seeing hopefully at the end of November-ish. But other than that, I am not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is my off day as of right now, though that might not be the true in the future. At least tomorrow I'm still off. If you want to catch me live, again, we will be back to Y on Sunday. And then, still as of right now, the GC generics on Monday. So that's where I will be. Oh, actually, I guess, yeah, if I'm off tomorrow, that does mean I will have another episode of Alpha for you, which I guess I need to go get. I don't need to go get rendered tonight. But that'll be me for the future. Again, thank you all so much for being here. We continue to grow in numbers every time I look. I think I see even another subscriber today. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go make meaning out of it. And I will, if I don't see you in the stream, I will see you in the VODs, hopefully. Take care.